Hi everyone, so today we're going to talk about Lifehouse, and it's the latest development from Daramis. My name is Diana, and today I have with me Gal Karagula and Daniel Lipskij. Guys, you are the architects of this huge and beautiful project, and it really is huge. It's 347 units and plenty more to offer. So, tell me more about life. It's a hard question, I know, yeah.
What is life about? So it's about community, connectivity, and well-being, basically. What we try to do is create a compound in this project which gives emphasis not only on the apartments, but also the communal spaces and their functionality. So we have a lot of amenities embedded within the design, and I think altogether we hope will make a very, very nice residential project.
Like, we start our design with three main columns. It was accessibility, which is closeness to the metro, which is the prices, smart layouts to get from the apartment as much as possible. And third one is amenities, which are supporting all this concept and make you feel like at home.
We can list a few of them.
Go ahead.
We have a gym, we have 24-hour security, we have a co-working space, roof garden lounge, and very nice art, which is kind of implemented within the landscaping. So for each one of them, we kind of try to make them work together for the benefit of the users, and hopefully it will create a unique kind of lifestyle for them.
We are pretty much trying to make oasis in the middle of Střížkově, where you can enjoy your life at fullest. You can exercise, you can have nice place to relax in the garden. Pretty much you don't have to go out of this project if you don't necessarily need to.
Yeah, it's actually really interesting because we did a survey of potential from our potential clients, and 420 people responded, and out of that, a third said that they would use these common areas more than 3 times a week, which suggests that a lot of people are probably aiming at working from home. Also, I guess the gym is going to be a super popular feature, but I do think that our clients are wondering, what about the fees for that? I mean, do you think it's actually something that is going to be an expensive feature to have, or are they actually saving money on this?
We are very much minded to this. These are intended to be young people living there, and we don't want to kind of burden them with the extra costs. So I think that this shared kind of economy we're creating would actually be feasible and accessible for the users. And I'm also convinced that they will use it quite extensively and enjoy the benefits of it. Yeah.
Because it's such a unique space, and we're actually getting a lot of questions from clients about what is going to be featured in a co-working and the lounge zone, because I think the way that people work is quite unique. Some people need their own hub, they need their space where they can be, where it's quiet and they can focus, and some other people like this kind of more buzzing environment. So did you do something to tackle this?
So we tried to study other projects also, and we know that the co-working scheme around the world has been working for over a decade now and quite successful. So we're learning from that in order to give you kind of the space to work, but also feel as a part of something. And we think this will actually work. So yeah, it should be fun and productive at the same time.
That's important. It's co-working after all. And you've got 2 meeting rooms, I believe, that those are going to be booked privately,
yeah,
right?
you can book, if you have clients coming over, you can book it and then
book it with friends for, I think one, you mentioned that one would be a cinema more than and the other would be more of a kind of working standard meeting room.
Again, we're trying to take as many boxes as possible in one space for you to kind of enjoy, so hopefully.
They look really cool on the renders. How did you make them?
It's an idea of it, part of the, I think art in general, as part of life, let's say, that we want to feature here, is very much, it's prominent in the project, and this came about like this cool idea of hanging these containers. They're kind of floating in the space, which I think will be nice. Yeah.
That's nice. And you've got art throughout the entire project. So where can we find it? What's coming up?
We decided that this was important enough to have bespoke art made that we are designing now as a part of the landscape in order for you to fully enjoy the atmosphere of the place. So
To create very unique space where you cannot see anywhere else. It's a mix of greenery and art. Of excitement, exercising. There is a yoga terrace gonna be where you can meditate or enjoy in the park, surrounded by art. There should be also water elements which you can enjoy. It should be special.
Yeah, well, you also mentioned the smart dispositions, right? So tell me more about the Studio Plus. What's special about this disposition?
Well, the concept was about maximizing space. These apartments are fairly small, but we thought that if we zoned them interior-wise smartly, we can get a better result for your users. So what we did was to divide each apartment into 4 basic function zones, which was sleeping, dining, working, and relaxing. And we managed to fit all of these functions in these small 1KKs in order to make them work better for our users.
So it's basically a 1KK but on steroids.
It is. We try to, a
Great.
Small space that will work better.
And then what about the smart 2KK?
The Smart 2KK follows the same logic, only with one basic difference, that you actually have a closable room for sleeping. That is another added value to these small spaces.
Also, we know that people are pretty much scared of 1KKs because they think, if I'm living there now, what if I'm gonna have somebody close, some couple who gonna live there with me? So we pretty much design it in the way that you're not gonna feel so pressured by the small apartment, that everybody there got their own corner of privacy and can live together normally and enjoy their free time also. Together, but also separated.
You've also managed to cover those who prefer the conservative classical units, right? So you've got the normal 2KKs, the normal 3KKs. Actually, here's a question for you. What would you go for if you were buying in Lifehouse? What is your favorite disposition?
I would say I'm more traditional. I would stay with the classic 2KK. We've done many of these over the years, and I think we've developed the standard now to a point that they could actually work with, let's say, less square meters for price, but for usability, it's the maximum you can get. So I'm actually very much fond of this one.
Sure, I guess it works for individuals and also small families.
Could be, yeah. It's a starter apartment, yeah.
We know that it just works, yeah? It's like proved by the years. Plus we have like always like a laundry room extra, so it's like even a little bit higher standard than in normal projects. So
I would say if nicely arranged, which we try to do, it's highly usable. So it's small but very effective.
I think the funny thing is that usually people who live in 2KKs complain that don't have enough space to work, but actually here, because you have the co-working, so technically it's absolutely fine for a young family, because you know, whoever needs to work or just takes their laptop, leaves the house for less than 5 minutes actually. Like 1 minute they're downstairs in the co-working, works and comes back home. So actually in the end you're almost like buying a 3KK for the price of a 2KK.
If you take care of functionality and storage at the same time, somehow these units start to work very nicely. Yeah.
One specific amenity, which I think a lot of clients would appreciate, is the shared rooftop. What can you actually use it for?
Part of the 4 pillars we wanted to do in design is relaxation and kind of enjoyment. And what better than a summer on a rooftop garden with friends and kind of, you know.
We are also planning to do the barbecue, where you can enjoy with your friend with the beautiful views, surrounded by like a green garden where you can relax or spend your free time. And also, again, you don't pretty much have to leave this project if you don't need to, because everything is in-house.
Yeah. I mean, it is quite unique after all. You've got, you know, it's very easily accessible. This Střížkově metro is about 250 to 300 meters away, I believe. Of course, connectivity is key, and we all think that Prague is going to continue growing at this point.
But if you're speaking about the metro station, also, even though it's very close to the metro, we didn't forget about good amount of parking. So majority of the apartment get their own private parking space, roofed and secure. So it's also a big advantage because it's on the edge of the Prague, where you can travel, or if you're buying it as a person who lives out of the Prague, I think it's very convenient for you to leave the car there, and then you can travel in the Prague just by the public transport.
Absolutely, yeah. If you walk around the neighborhood in Střížkově, you will see that a lot of cars are parked sort of very tightly. So I think it might be a problem in the area already. So it's good that we're tackling this as well. Storages? Storages,
each unit got their own storage, which are pretty generous, I think, especially for such a small apartment. And in the small apartments, I think it's a must-have.
Great. Well, thanks a lot, and we'll keep everyone posted with more news.
Thank you.
Thanks.